Okie dokie then. As Terry would say, excuse me. Oh yeah, baby. There's another one. Oh my word, they are so good. Hello, I'm Julia. It's been a while. It's the 24th of June today, and I do believe that last time we spoke I promised you a garden tour, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to start in here. We're in the polytunnel, obviously, with the tomatoes. Yes, you've seen me put the tomatoes out, haven't you? There's bee in here doing its work, and the tomatoes have started. So let's have a look, shall we? Quick tour. Bear with me 1 second while I just spin you around. Tomatoes are all looking very well. Starting to get a good height. That one at the back there is probably 3.5 feet high already. That one is probably about 3.5 feet already. So not doing too bad. They're going well. I think those ones are the sun golds. There's a bee doing the business. That should be tomatoes by the end of in a day or so. Right. So basically in here I've started stringing up. As you can see, the strings are started stringing up, and then we just spin the plant around them and they grow up there quite happily. I hope you saw that. That one needs tying in, I think. It's got one tie on it at the moment. Looks like it needs another. That one's got a few suckers on it. I need to come in here and de-sucker again. The suckers grow quicker than the tomato plants do. It's a never-ending job. But yeah, the tomato house is doing its thing. It's coming on fine. These ones down here at the end where they're much bushier, where I've not tied them up yet. They will have strings in to support them, but those are the roamers, so they're bushes. And then these are the shop-bought ones, which are doing quite well now. Again, needs de-suckering again. Tomatoes are, you know, getting on with being tomatoes really. So I lost 2 plants in the transplanting process, so we're down to 80 tomato plants in here. But I think that's gonna be enough. There's also an awful lot of bugs in here, so let's get out. Oh, I need to strim again. Strimming. This is my pride and joy at the moment. Everything's got nets around, because we had a visitation from foxes and they dug up a lot of my beds. Oh, my poor beans, they took a battering from the foxes. They dug up almost all of them. Thankfully they're recovering, but I've put net around everything to protect it all from being dug up again. Asparagus, ta-da, has all come up and is all doing well. And obviously not taking anything from them, didn't take anything. And obviously didn't take anything from them this year. Just let them establish, chuck up their fronds, leave them alone. Probably the same next year, I would imagine. Although they do say, look, they're tiny little flowers. And the bees have been busy on there as well. This is our salad bed, and it's all lettuces and radishes. It's going to be harder these days for you to see anything. I can just lift these, so there's lots of lovely radish in there. Lettuces. As the lettuces are coming out, I've been putting squash in. Just summer squash, courgettes and the like, lots of different sorts of courgettes. Lettuces are looking pretty gorgeous. And there's some salad onions down there. Those are all Tom Thumb lettuces. And then as you can see at the end, a squash there and a squash there. The theory is that as the lettuces come out, the squash will grow up. Let's see if it works. This bed was going to be carrots, but I kind of sacrificed the carrots this year a bit, so that I could grow down here sweet potatoes. And they are getting away, actually. I don't know if they'll do anything, but it's worth an experiment. I've still got a few flowers and things looking sorry for themselves in trays in here, waiting to grow out. Ugh. I feel really behind this year. Some cosmos in that planter. I know, it's a mess, isn't it? Yeah, it's been a struggle this year for some reason. Let's just deadhead that one while we're here. And that. Yeah, and that. Okay. So we've got some cosmos. We've also got lots of lovely looking strawberries. These got a bit sun-scorched when we had some very unseasonably warm weather. So strawberries are doing well, actually. I think there's a couple on there nearly ready for picking. There's another one down here, watering. And then these are Tumbling Tom tomatoes. I keep looking to see if we've got any baby tomatoes coming on. I can't see anything yet, but it shouldn't be long before we do. But they're looking very healthy. They're okay. They go down in there every day or two for watering. Not showing you my peppers, they're in a terrible state. Sunflowers still waiting to grow out. Got to get them out this week. Now, again, last time we spoke, I got quite excited about parsnips, didn't I? Yeah, I was wrong too. Actually, there were quite a lot coming up, but something ate them. I'm suspecting magpies or squirrels. So there's only a few left. But not to worry, what we've got, we've got. What we've not, we've not. So let's have a look at the parsnips. I did resow some, so I think these are white gem. You can see something just took the middle lot out. And in the back, that was Tender and True, which I've resown, and we've got a few more coming up. For some reason they seem to prefer this side. Anyway, there's quite a few coming up in there. A few weeds as well, but I'll get those out. But we have got parsnips coming up at the back there as well. They're late. This little bed here is all sweet peas and cosmos. They're finding the way up. I'll need to tie them in a little bit, but they're climbing. We've done this bed, haven't we? And oh look, a fine crop of buttercups from where I've not trimmed yet. Oh look, bloody foxes. Oh, excuse my French there, people. That was a dahlia and it was doing well. And now, them bleeding foxes. I don't know if that's going to do anything now, but we'll give it a go. Oh, I don't know at all. But that one's the one that I'm really bothered about is this one. And it's the deep dark chocolatey red one that I liked from last year. In this bed is the sweet corn and some lettuce. The sweet corn are just starting to see if we can find you one. They're so small though to be doing that. I mean, is this normal? Because this is the second year that they've done this, where they've stayed squat and started to frond already and put on corns at the side. What are they called? Sweet corn. You know, the things that the sweet corn grows in. It's just a bit weird. They're last year's seeds and this year's seeds are brought all from the same manufacturer. Or all from the same seed company. I think next year I'm going to try a different seed company. Because they're only 12 to 18 inches high. And they shouldn't be doing this yet. They should be much taller, more vigorous plants. But anyway, next year, different seed supplier. And in this bed, onions. You'll see there's quite a lot of weeding to do around here and trimming. The weather has been unpredictable, shall we say. So, onions. These are silver skinned ones. Well, they're called Snowball, I think. Yeah, Snowball. And then we've got golden ones. And then this bed is all Snowball. And the Snowball seem to be doing better than the golden ones. In here we've got these Japanese onions, which went in last winter and have really not done very much at all. Anyway, keeping my eye on them. This bed here that is now empty was all the garlic, and needs a good weeding. A lot of these plants that you can see here and down here are actually calendula, so I'm leaving those in, and there's some here in the path as well. They can stay in. The comfrey is alive all the time and very tall and needs chopping down. so we can get a second crop out of it, because I haven't done it yet. Beans. This was where the foxes did the most damage. I have no idea amongst these beans what a dwarf yellow and what a cobra. All I can do. But they dug everything up. It was heartbreaking. Yesterday I came in and I put this netting all around the outside edge so it runs behind all of those beans as well, so hopefully, and at the top end as well, so hopefully it certainly doesn't look like anything's been in there last night, I don't think. Who knows. But the beans are coming into flower, as are the peas. They're not as good as they normally are at this time of year, but it's been a bit of an unusual year weather-wise. Oh my god, so many flies. Let's go this way. Okie dokie. Brassica bed. As you can see, my turnips all went to seed. Oh well. That's a shame. I love turnips. I need to get some more in. So they all went to seed. So the chickens are going to have them. There's various other bits and pieces going on in here. The dwarf kale. I can probably start taking a few leaves from that soon. And these are the... it's so hard to show you. The kohlrabi. And they're all starting to get that little swelling that will eventually become the bit we'll eat. And then there's other things. In here, oh, look at that. So frustrating. There's a lot of weeds. There's a lot of merztail fern. I need to get in there and pull all that out and be more on top of doing that. And the... shall we actually go in? Let's go in. Okay, we're inside. The gooseberry is laden this year. There's quite a lot there. And this is a red gooseberry. This is a red gooseberry, so clearly nowhere near ready. We seem to have a potato. Oh, right next to celeriac, which are very small. They're better than they were when they went in. They were minuscule when they went in. No idea. Can't remember. I think they're cauliflower. Oh look, more potatoes. They might just stay in those. Some dead things. No idea what they were. No idea why they're dead. No idea. Right, that was a broccoli that's bolted. We'll have that to eat. And let the little side shoots come up. Whoops. I need to get in here and get all this mare's tail fern out. But the kohlrabi are starting to come on. They're starting to get those little swellings now that will be the bulb that we will eat. And we really do love kohlrabi. And down here there are Brussels sprouts. Planted 5 plants, but it looks like only 6 plants, but only 2 are doing very much. The dwarf curly kale coming on all right. It's been a funny old year. Let's get all these turnips out that went to seed immediately, that they get put in the ground. We'll get them out and we'll give those to the chickens. They'll like them. I suspect I'm going to forget what's what and end up giving them. That's Buttercup. You can... Oh. Anyway. You know. I've got some more kohlrabi that I sowed later, successional sowing, to whack in. It's not too bad, this walk-in brassica tunnel. It could certainly be better, but it could certainly be worse. Anyway, let's get out. I'm going to have to pick down a minute. sweet peas and cosmos. And this here is a new bed that I'm making at the side of the polytunnel. That's going to be a flower bed, just because I want something gorgeous to look out at when I'm sat in there. Look at these. No idea. This Aquilegia border is nearly over now, but my goodness, it's been brilliant. And again, another great attractor for the bees. Okay, I'm being attacked. Let's go along the path, which needs trimming. This path is made out of the old cladding tiles that were on the side of the house. It's made such a difference. And I come along and trim it and it beds itself back down again. Actually, the weeds have been very good at bedding it down. The flower bed is looking a little bit ropey now. I need to take out the violas and put in some new things. But there's other things in that to come through. And that's it's going to catch up. The lupins have been a joy. They love it in this garden. So yeah, I need to deadhead some of those. Then we can get some of the smaller shoots coming through as the summer goes on. I love the colours on this one particularly. They're gorgeous. Deep depth of the pinks on it. As you can see, I've been weeding and then I haven't picked up. Oh, like you do. So much weeding to do this year for some reason. These pots are from my dad's house. Came to live here with me. This bit I'm really pleased with actually. Weedy, yes, absolutely, but very romantic and country gardeny. Don't you think? I think so. Right, let's go and let's throw these bits to the chickens and have a sit down. That needs to come out. That's ragwort and it needs to go because it's poisonous. And if you ever find ragwort in your garden and dig it out, please wear gloves because it damages your liver. Hey ladies, do you want some greenery? Yep, they want some greenery. There must be one inside laying. Oh no, there she is. There we go. So, yeah, I'm not as organised as I have been in other years. There's a lot more weeds that need pulling out, and they are a problem because I've been remiss and allowed them to grow big. So they're taking a lot of pulling out. It was May. May was the killer. That rain in May was horrendous. Proper scuppered May. But it has made the weeds very at home. I have much to do. It's coming to the end of June and I really feel like it's like the beginning of June where I'm at, except for the maturity of the weeds. Oh. Yeah, got away from me a little bit this year. However, best weeding trousers on, eh? Disappointed really. Disappointed in myself. There's so much weeds. I try and weed one bit, another bit's horrendous. Anyway, whinging over. I need to get back at it. I need to get the weeding done. I've got flower beds to make. I've got flowers to put out. Still not out. End of June. Pigeon. Anyway. On a more positive note, I think the front garden, even though it's woolly, shall we say, around the edges, it's very pretty. It looks very cottagey. The goldenrod is about to come into flower. It's just weeding, really. I just need to get out and do it. But I've been busy with other things, so the way it is. I'm about to pull some of those weeds out from that bed in front of the chicken house though, and chuck them into the chickens. Again though, we have a ragwort growing in there and that needs to come out, and for that I'll need to go and get my gloves. So we'll chuck that away. But that purple stuff, that can go into the chickens like that. And all the grassy bits, we'll pick the seeds out. Bit cooler today. And it's supposed to be actually really quite chilly tomorrow. It's 13 degrees or something for the end of June. Mental, that is. Mental, I tell you. But next week's supposed to be lovely. Bug, go away. But next week is supposed to be lovely. The temperature's getting up to about 23 degrees around here, so hopefully that'll happen. They won't. The weather gods won't change their minds, and then I'll be able to get out, get weeding, get mowing, get everything done. Get all the jobs done. The trimming, the weeding, the mowing, the planting out. Thank you for watching. It's been my pleasure as always. I do hope I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.